This is Weasel News with your host, Colm Collins. Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Colm Collins, and welcome to Weasel News. Our top story tonight is of the dangerous criminal Mr. Pablo Hermanos. The man was captured by numerous PD units and was sentenced in court. The man received a single charge of attempted murder and was given a fine of £6,500 along with a 10-month sentence. Mr. Hermanos was also charged with hostage-taking, armed robbery, and possession of a firearm, but was found not guilty on these counts. However, even though some may say the police provided very persuasive evidence, the man involved was found not guilty of these charges due to majority decision. However, many people cry false, as many are saying the jury involved were placed by Mr. Hermanos himself to aid in his evasion of the charges. After hearing the guilty verdict, Mr. Hermanos was being escorted to prison. A massive row started to escalate outside of the courthouse as Mr. Hermanos was being transported to the police van. Numerous men in white and green uniforms began assaulting officers responsible for protection of the clientele, and numerous members of the row were left battered and bruised. Meanwhile, on the road to the prison, the vehicle containing Mr. Hermanos was assaulted by a group of armed assailants. Their aim was to free the imprisoned Hermanos. While completing this task, they gravely injured 7 officers and left them fighting for their lives at NHS. Earlier, I spoke with Professor Michael Smith at Pillbox Hospital about the officer's condition. It's Hospital with Professor Michael Smith. Professor Smith, what can you tell us about the officer's conditions?
So we responded quite quickly to the 999 call in question. Most of the officers are now in a stable condition after receiving a gunshot wound to the neck and torso regions. However, a couple of the officers do still remain in a critical condition. Sadly, though, one officer has succumbed to their injuries.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. An officer dead, most gravely injured, criminals roaming the streets. How can we depend on our PD force if they can't even keep men like these off the streets? Back to you in the studio. After speaking with Professor Smith, we also spoke with Police Commissioner Ensby about the actions he is taking against Mr. Hermanos and what he plans to do about keeping our city streets safe from men such as Mr. Hermanos. I am currently here at PD Station. Beside me is Commissioner Ensby. Commissioner Ensby, what can you tell me about the Pablo Hermanos case?
Hello there. Yeah, there isn't. I can only tell you small parts of information about this case. A lot of it's confidential. But be rest assured that we are finding him. The officers have been briefed on a new set of regulations to catch him, and the civilians can be rest assured that he'll be off the streets in no time.
With all due respect, Commissioner, the PD have failed with this man before. What can you tell us is going to be different this time? Are you changing tactics any?
Yeah, we're going to be taking a more aggressive approach to anyone dressed in his demeanour or outfit, and we will not be putting up with any hassle from any civilians. There might be a bit more of an aggressive approach, but I think that should work perfectly.
And what do you have to say about the officer that lost his life, Officer Recht?
Yeah, Officer Recht, I've known him for 3 months now. He's been a great member on the force, and it's just taken too soon. All his family are currently being helped by some specialist officers during the time of grieving. But rest assured, he carries on his legacy in our hearts.
All right, Commissioner. Do you have any final words for the criminals of the city, maybe for Mr. Hermanos himself?
Yeah, just for Mr. Hermanos himself. Your big nose, we can see it wherever you go, yeah? You think you're hard as well? We will catch you. And for every other criminal in the city that thinks that they can cause disruption, murder and stab and take people's belongings and drug them, we will catch you too. So watch over your shoulder.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Commissioner is demanding that no criminal will start getting away with their usual activities. He's saying there's going to be a new Iron Fist of Justice. Back to you in the studio. Now in entertainment news, fans of the popular TV program Sing It were in for a treat when local man Dmitry Popov, 53, became the first contestant to receive the prestigious Golden Buzzer. Mr. Popov, what can you tell us about how you feel?
Oh, I sung my ma's favourite song. It was a bit of Seven Nation Army. And I was absolutely over the moon when the golden buzzer went off. I didn't think well, it all went a bit quiet at the end, and then boom, walk on the glitter down, you know.
Well, from what I hear, sir, it was a fantastic performance and it was loved by everyone.
Yeah, there was well, a lot of the crowd seemed to enjoy it. They was all clapping their hands, so yeah, made a good
Well,
night, I think.
well, that is all you can ask for in the entertainment business, isn't it? Well, that is all for the news this evening, ladies and gentlemen. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure being your host. Thank you for tuning in, and you all have a good night.